When you first meet a covert narcissist, they can be incredibly charming. They possess an almost magnetic quality that makes you feel special, as if they are uniquely suited to understand and appreciate you in ways others cannot. At first, they seem to be everything you've ever wanted: attentive, compassionate, and deeply sensitive. They know how to listen to you, and their emotional depth feels like a rare gift. This initial charm is often enough to make you feel like you found someone truly exceptional. As time goes on, you begin to notice little things that don't quite add up. The covert narcissist might undermine your confidence without overtly being cruel. They may downplay your achievements or offer backhanded compliments disguised as concern. You're so talented, but you could do so much better if you just did 1, 2, 3. That's what the covert narcissist will tell you. That will become a recurring theme. At first, you might dismiss these remarks, but they begin to erode your self-esteem over time, making you question yourself and your worth. A hallmark of a covert narcissist behavior is the tendency to play the victim. They will subtly make you feel sorry for them, painting themselves as someone who has been wronged by life or by others. They seem to have an endless series of stories about how they were mistreated, overlooked, or misunderstood. Your empathy is triggered and you find yourself constantly trying to support and protect them. However, the more you give, the less you receive in return, leaving you emotionally drained without even realizing it. Although covert narcissists may not demand attention in the way an overt narcissist does, they still crave validation, albeit in more subtle ways. They might fish for compliments, passively seek your admiration, or look for signs of appreciation. If you fail to meet these needs, they can withdraw or become distant, leaving you feeling confused and unsure of how to fix things. Their validation needs are insatiable, and no matter how much you give, it will never feel like enough. Being in love with a covert narcissist often feels like an emotional roller coaster. One moment they are kind, loving, and attentive, and the next they are cold, distant, or unresponsive. This inconsistency keeps you on edge, constantly trying to figure out what you did wrong or how you can make them happy again. Over time, this unpredictability wears you down, creating a sense of anxiety and self-doubt. You begin to feel like you are walking on eggshells, always fearful of triggering their negative side. Though covert narcissists often present themselves as humble and self-effacing, their arrogance lurks beneath the surface. They might subtly belittle others or show disdain for people they deem lesser. They will often downplay their achievements in a way that still manages to subtly highlight them, as if seeking praise without directly asking for it. This hidden arrogance can leave you feeling unsettled, as if they think they are superior but are too insecure to admit it openly. Covert narcissists are often very skilled at appearing empathetic, but their empathy is typically shallow and self-serving. They might listen to your problems, but only to turn the conversation back to themselves. When you are in distress, they may seem to care, but their concern is often more about how your pain affects them than your actual well-being. Their lack of true emotional depth can leave you feeling unsupported, as though your feelings are secondary to their own needs. Covert narcissists have a tendency to isolate you from friends, family, and other support systems. This usually happens gradually, slowly, and insidiously, with them planting seeds of doubt about your loved ones. They may suggest that your friends don't truly care about you, or that your family doesn't understand you like they do. As a result, you may start spending more time with them, distancing yourself from others, and ultimately finding that your entire world revolves around them. Covert narcissists are experts at using guilt as a tool of control. They will often make you feel responsible for their emotional state, subtly implying that your actions are the cause of their unhappiness. They may say things like, I just feel so alone when you're not around. Or, I don't know if I can keep going if you don't help me. These guilt trips can leave you feeling obligated to prioritize their needs, even at the cost of your own mental and emotional well-being. In the early stages of the relationship, covert narcissists often engage in love bombing. They will shower you with affection, attention, and praise. However, once you become emotionally invested in them, the love bombing stops and they begin to pull away. This sudden withdrawal can leave you confused and desperate for the validation and attention you once received. The cycle of giving and withdrawing keeps you hooked, making you continuously chase the emotional highs that were initially so fulfilling. A covert narcissist may make you feel like you are their one true love, the only person who truly understands them. They will speak about the relationship in grandiose terms, often making you feel like you're part of something special and unique. However, this is an illusion designed to create an emotional bond and make you feel indispensable. In reality, they view the relationship as a means of fulfilling their emotional needs rather than a partnership of equals. One of the more damaging tactics a covert narcissist uses is the silent treatment. When they feel slighted or when things aren't going their way, they may withdraw completely and refuse to communicate. This can last for days or even weeks, leaving you in a state of confusion and frustration. The silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation designed to make you feel like you are in the wrong, even when you haven't done anything to deserve it. Over time, being in love with a covert narcissist can leave you emotionally exhausted. You may find yourself constantly trying to fix things, soothe their wounds, and keep the peace, all while neglecting your own needs. This emotional labor can be incredibly draining, and you may begin to feel like you're giving everything to the relationship while receiving little in return. Eventually, you start to wonder whether your love is enough or if the relationship is even worth the toll it takes on your mental health. The never-ending search for approval. A covert narcissist will often make you feel like you're constantly seeking their approval. No matter what you do, it feels as though it's never quite enough to satisfy them. You might find yourself trying to impress them, constantly seeking reassurance, or bending over backwards to meet their emotional needs. Yet, no matter how much you give, the approval remains elusive, leaving you feeling unappreciated and inadequate. Over time, you may begin to wake up to the reality of the relationship. The charm fades, and the manipulation becomes harder to ignore. You start to recognize the patterns of emotional abuse, the guilt, the silent treatment, the subtle put-downs, and the emotional roller coasters. You may find yourself questioning your worth, your happiness, and your ability to continue in this unhealthy dynamic. The realization that you're in love with a covert narcissist is often painful, but it is also the first step towards reclaiming your sense of self and breaking free from their hold. Covert narcissists, unlike their more overt counterparts, often display subtle and less obvious behaviors that can be difficult to recognize in a relationship. These covert narcissists tend to rely on emotional manipulation, passive aggression, and a deep sense of entitlement, all while appearing vulnerable or sensitive. While they may seem shy, humble, or even self-deprecating on the surface, covert narcissists possess the same core traits as other narcissists, such as a lack of empathy and a desire for admiration. Their behavior can be deeply damaging to their partners, though the harm may unfold more gradually and covertly. One common behavior of covert narcissists in relationships is their tendency to play the victim. They often portray themselves as misunderstood or oppressed, seeking sympathy from their partner to gain validation. By making their partner feel responsible for their emotional state, covert narcissists can manipulate their partner into providing excessive care, attention, and support. This dynamic can leave the partner feeling exhausted, as they are constantly trying to meet the narcissist's emotional needs, only to feel unappreciated or taken for granted in return. Covert narcissists also tend to be highly passive-aggressive, which can create a toxic environment in a relationship. Instead of openly addressing issues or communicating their needs, they may sulk, withdraw, or give their partner the silent treatment when they feel slighted. This behavior can leave their partner confused and unsure of what went wrong, as covert narcissists rarely express their dissatisfaction directly. Over time, this leads to a breakdown in communication and a growing sense of frustration for both individuals. Another key characteristic of covert narcissists is their tendency to withhold affection or attention to punish their partner. This can manifest in emotional neglect, where the narcissist withdraws love or intimacy as a way to exert control over the relationship. The partner, desperate for the affection they once received, may become more compliant or apologetic in an attempt to regain the narcissist's favor. The covert narcissist's ability to withdraw emotionally creates an imbalanced power dynamic where the partner feels continually uncertain and destabilized. In relationships, covert narcissists often engage in subtle forms of gaslighting. They may deny events or conversations that have taken place, causing their partner to question their own reality or perception. This tactic is particularly damaging as it erodes the partner's sense of self-trust and self-worth over time. By distorting the truth and presenting themselves as the innocent party, covert narcissists may make their partner feel as if they are always in the wrong, even when they are not. Covert narcissists may also have an inflated sense of superiority, though they often express this in a more passive way. They might belittle or criticize their partner's achievements, subtly devaluing their contributions while maintaining a facade of humility. These criticisms are often framed as constructive or helpful, making it difficult for the partner to defend themselves. This constant undermining can wear down the partner's self-esteem, leaving them feeling inadequate and constantly striving to please the narcissist. Their need for validation and admiration can also manifest as an obsessive need for reassurance. In a relationship, a covert narcissist may repeatedly seek compliments, constantly fishing for affirmations of their worth. When their partner fails to provide this, they may become upset, withdrawn, or passive-aggressive. The partner might feel emotionally drained as the narcissist's sense of self-worth seems to depend entirely on external validation, often creating a one-sided dynamic where the partner's needs are overlooked. While covert narcissists may appear to be shy or introverted, they often possess an overwhelming need for control in the relationship. They may manipulate situations to make themselves appear self-sacrificial, often positioning themselves as the one who is always giving or compromising. This can create a sense of guilt in their partner, who may feel like they must match the narcissist's level of selflessness, even though it is largely a facade. This subtle control over the relationship is often difficult to pinpoint, but it can leave the partner feeling trapped or indebted. Covert narcissists tend to be hypersensitive to any form of criticism or rejection. When their partner expresses dissatisfaction, they may react with extreme defensiveness, quickly turning the situation around to make the partner feel guilty for speaking out. These emotional reactions can create an environment where the partner is afraid to express their true feelings or needs, leading to increased emotional suppression and a sense of isolation. The narcissist's sensitivity is not rooted in genuine vulnerability, but in an overwhelming need to protect their fragile ego. In some cases, covert narcissists may also struggle with chronic envy. They may secretly resent their partner's successes or accomplishments, especially if they feel that they are not receiving the same level of attention or admiration. Rather than celebrating their partner's achievements, they may downplay them or act indifferent, creating an unspoken tension in the relationship. This underlying jealousy can gradually erode the connection between the two individuals, as the narcissist's emotional needs remain unmet and unacknowledged. In terms of intimacy, covert narcissists may have a distorted view of closeness. They may appear to seek intimacy but simultaneously push it away when it gets too close. This paradoxical behavior can leave their partner feeling confused and emotionally neglected. The narcissist might struggle with intimacy because it requires vulnerability and emotional connection, both of which they fear because of their fragile sense of self. As a result, they often keep their partner at arm's length, unable or unwilling to engage in genuine emotional closeness. The emotional toll of being in a relationship with a covert narcissist is significant. Their partner may begin to experience feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Over time, they may feel as though they are walking on eggshells, constantly adjusting their behavior to avoid triggering the narcissist's anger or withdrawal. This state of constant vigilance can be mentally and physically draining, leading to burnout and a loss of self-identity. The partner may become so entangled in the narcissist's emotional needs that they forget to care for their own. One of the most insidious aspects of a covert narcissist behavior is their ability to manipulate others into taking their side. They often present themselves as the misunderstood or suffering individual, casting their partner as the villain. This tactic allows them to gain sympathy and support from friends, family, or colleagues, further isolating their partner and making them feel even more alone. The covert narcissist's charm and ability to manipulate others often make it difficult for the partner to find allies, creating a sense of isolation and helplessness. Covert narcissists also tend to be highly skilled at guilt-tripping their partner. They may subtly imply that their partner is selfish or unappreciative for not fulfilling their needs or desires. The narcissist may play on their partner's sense of responsibility, making them feel guilty for not being more attentive or emotionally available. This can lead to an unhealthy pattern of emotional manipulation, where the partner feels constantly obliged to meet the narcissist's demands, even if it comes at the expense of their own well-being. Finally, when the relationship starts to unravel or the partner becomes aware of the narcissist's behavior, covert narcissists may engage in a pattern of devaluation and discard. They may begin to withdraw their affection, belittle their partner, or display cold indifference. In some cases, they may even seek out a new source of admiration or attention to replace their partner, leaving them feeling abandoned and heartbroken. The narcissist's ability to easily move on to someone else further exacerbates the emotional pain for the partner, who may be left wondering what went wrong. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Make sure the notification bell is on. That way, every time I upload a new video, you get notified about it. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video as widely as possible. Make sure you watch 2, 3, 4, 5 more videos in my YouTube channel as well. Knowledge is power, information is power. Learning is the superpower. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.